out of all the moments from Wednesday's night's Republican presidential debate that got people talking, candidate Tim Scott revealing his mystery girlfriend was one of them. Some GOP operatives were reportedly curious and needed answers to determine whether they would throw their weight behind him in the upcoming presidential election. Because of that, his bachelor status made headlines and drew an inordinate amount of attention. To put a pin in the rumor and all the rumors, Scott introduced his girlfriend, Mindy Noce, to the press following the end of the debate. The 47-year-old South Carolina-based interior designer is a mother of 3 and has been reportedly dating the 50-year-old for about a year or so. This is what Scott told the reporters. Listen to me. I can't make this up. Tim Scott and all of his problems as a black man showing up in the manner that he does, as a Southern senator from spaces where people fought and fight so hard for their rights, not just voting rights, the right to exist. He brings out his version of Kanye West, Kim Kardashian from the South, who fixes houses. It's par for the course. Unfortunately, the course is crashing. It's not golf. Nina.
I can't top what you just said. Let me just say this to the senator. If people are concerned about your dating status, that ain't none of their business. You tell them go straight to hell. Because girlfriend and no girlfriend, they ain't gonna support you no way. So I am going to give you that news flash right now that it don't matter who you trot out, what you have to say. And as a matter of fact, you let these people push your back up against the wall like that. So if you do that about your dating status or your marital status or non-existent status, then what you gonna do on other matters? Because I'm gonna tell you something, Mary, the reason why I'm bringing this up is that ain't no way they wouldn't have been able to force me to produce somebody and prove to them what my status is in order for them to support me. Either you're gonna support me on the policies I'm pushing and how I'm shilling for the GOP, or you're not. I ain't got to produce no date for y'all. See, that's one of them I wish a mofo would moments.
Listen.
Mayor, did that make sense, Mayor? Why did he even allow them to bring him to this point? And if he doing it on issues like this, he ain't ready to be president of the United States of America. They wouldn't be bossing me around. Who I date or do not date ain't none of your damn business.
At all. Listen, I just hear my grandmama in my head like, boy, if you don't go sit down somewhere, that's all I keep hearing. This is a straight up skit out of Key and Peele. The Black Republican skit they had. This is definitely it. How can we not say what is going on? But this ain't the dumbest of Scott we saw recently, right? In other Scott-related news, in October last month, Scott deviated from his usual stops in the early states of Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina to visit a Black church on the south side of Chicago. There's a radical movement on the far left, and the more progress that America makes on the race, the more some leaders want to deny it. Scott told the Congress of New Beginnings Church. Our country has made, however, tremendous strides since then on the issue of race. But lawlessness and fatherlessness and joblessness have gotten worse in the last 60 years and not better. Let me say a secret. I am so damn tired of this trope about Black men not being a part of their children's lives. And for him to go to Southside Chicago, you're not playing to anybody. You're not caring about Black people. You are playing to the same people that demanded you produce a blonde white woman as your girlfriend. Because we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. We know the real stats. These stats ain't even new. They've been around since 2015 that show that Black men kiss their kids earlier than anybody else, hold their kids more, and spend more time than any other dad in America, not excluding any other race. So this idea from a Black man who just produced his lily white woman for the white donors to like him is absolutely disgusting to me. And for you to go over there and talk about fatherlessness, joblessness, and lawlessness, the lawlessness is in the government. The idea that we allow policing to happen in the manner that it does in this country is absolutely disgusting. If you want to talk about lawlessness, please remind the Black community why we lock up Black men at a rate higher than white men. Why we over-sentence, over-police Black men. Why we stop and frisk Black men. If you want to talk about joblessness, talk about the racism that exists in the fact that a white man with a felony conviction is more likely to be hired than a Black man with a college degree. If you want to talk about joblessness, talk about the microaggression that Black men deal with in the workplace. Man, miss me with all that is Tim Scott right now, Nina.
Hey, when the sermon has been preached, in the congregation, you just say amen. Amen.
I mean, you know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous that we got to deal with this.